Hello everybody, it is JD here and welcome to today's 2K video. It is Sunday, it's the end of a week that has absolutely shaken this Myteam community to its damn core. It has been bans, it has been spotlights, and it has been brand new packs that 2K have never done before. So in this video we're going to kind of break down everything that has happened. There's been a lot going down, it's a lot to digest, so we're going to break it down in terms of like the facts of what has actually happened, and then my opinion on everything and what I'd like to see from things moving forwards. The main topics, again, the bans, the spotlights, and the new packs that came out. Not of course, the set itself, the way the packs have been distributed with a brand new unauctionable chance at a bonus player. So, yeah, plenty to talk about, plenty to get into the comments about, because I want to hear what you guys have got to say. But yeah, I feel like I needed to make this video because, again, there's been so much going on. I don't remember 2K23 having this much going on, whether it's good or bad. There's been a lot. At least there's some life in 2K23. That's nice. Not for the right reasons, but there is at least something. So let's go ahead and jump into it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for the daily videos and check out facebook.com/JDCrossover for the daily streams. I haven't played the game really at all. Haven't got my ring yet. The only game mode I have a desire to play is Unlimited, and I would continue to play in Unlimited if the game actually functioned and when I went into a game it actually counted as a win when my opponent quits. But of course if they quit within the first minute or minute and a half, the game does not count. So 2K really shooting themselves in the foot, because I would literally be playing this game and streaming it every day if just that was fixed, that one thing. If that one thing was fixed, we'd be fine, but it's not. So yeah, in terms of playing the game, haven't really done any of that, and a lot of other people haven't been playing this game either this week. Because the first thing that happened, I don't know what happened on Monday, probably just a takeover play or something, but Tuesday comes along and we get, re-upped super packs, which in its own right is just shambolic, as we all know, but there's nothing new such on there. It's a joke. We're in 2023. You can't have paywall content, but they do every single week. But Tuesday came around, and then 2K put out a PSA, a public service announcement, and they said, if you buy MT, you're at risk of getting banned or whatever. And then a few hours later, and at that time, even I was like, they're just saying that. They ain't going to hit people with bans. I've been in this community since 2K16, and I have never seen them. They have occasionally hit creators, not myself, but they've hit creators who promote MT, so the people who have MT sponsors, they got hit to try and send a message, but it never did. It never sort of filtered down to the actual people who bought MT. You were always safe. So people for years have been buying millions, and I do mean millions, of MT. Is there a bigger sale this week? Is it a... There you go. A 5 million MT bid on an Emerald Dana Barros. Is he worth... He might be worth 4.5 mil, but I think 5 mil is pushing it a little bit. But yeah, there you go. That's a pretty prime example right there. So... yeah, the bans came around, and it was a surprise. I'm not going to lie, it was a surprise. And then we saw the sheer volume of bans that came around, and that, I think, was the biggest surprise. The auction house went, and is still, obviously, because everybody is still banned, the auction house went desolate. It already kind of was. There was already so few people on this game, and then you remove, the majority of them as well. Not a great recipe for a live, an alive feeling game. Look at this, there's 8 Jason Tatums up right now. But yeah, they actually did go ahead and ban people. Now, I've been in this community since 2K16. I've been involved in FIFA. I've had FIFA since FIFA 08, I think. So a long time in the FIFA community as well. And I have never, ever seen a ban wave as severe and as mass as what 2K did on Tuesday this week. It was wild. You clicked on a reply on the comments of any tweet that day and any tweet since that day. It's all just people talking about either being banned or about the people that have been banned. I've never seen anything like it, so I don't know what the volume was. I don't know what percentage of the player base got banned, but it did seem to be pretty damn extensive, and it's the biggest reaction I've ever seen to a ban wave ever. So how it works, if you bought MT, you will now be caught. And the way that 2K catch you, they'll have automated systems set up. This is how it works. So if you list up, there'll be some up here, I can guarantee it. If you list up an Amethyst card for 100,000 MT, then it gets bought out. That's going to look a little bit suspicious. If you put up Ruby cards and they get bought for 100k, that's going to look a little bit suspicious. Sapphire cards, Ruby cards, Gold cards, you name it. If you put these cards up for 100k and they get bought 100,000 MT, you're going to be looking very suspicious, and your account is going to get flagged, and you'll probably get hit with an automated ban. It's not a case of 2K going through each account, sale by sale, making sure you've done everything by the book. No. This is going to be automated systems, and this is the kind of thing that they'll be set up to look for. Really irregular purchases. But, of course, with that, these coin sites, which make a lot of money, have already started finding ways around it. So if we have a look at pink diamonds here, we'll see if any of them are starting to look a bit fishy. That all looks correct. But there have been, now we're seeing pink diamonds getting bids on them. And so they're trying to circumvent it by going for higher value cards. So it's harder for 2K to put a value. Because, 2K themselves have had to put a value. Is James Harden really 400k? Fair enough. 2K themselves have to find the value of each card. And obviously that is a bit of an issue because are 2K going to be that on the ball with the auction house? I don't think so. It doesn't look like there's anything at the moment. So the first one you get hit with is a 10-day suspension. So that means you won't be able to log into the game. You won't be able to do anything on Myteam. You will be locked out of the game. Your account will essentially be frozen for 10 days. That 10 days lifts for everybody on Thursday, I think, or like for everybody got banned instantly. Thursday is when those guys can come back into the game. And there was no mention of the MT being taken away. So at the moment, it is, as far as we're aware, just a 10-day freeze on your account. And at the end of 10 days, your account will be unfrozen and it will be in exactly the same place where you left it. If you then buy coins again, or buy MT again, and you get caught again, you will then be hit with a 30-day suspension. Again, right now, we would see that as a 30-day freeze. Then you get your account back in the same place. If you then do it again, you've got a problem. If you then do it again, you will then get a permanent ban, and that's permanent, is what it is. So 10 days, then 30 days, then a permanent ban. Do I have these? No, I don't. So that's the punishments that 2K have set out. Now, they are pretty lenient. In my opinion, they are pretty lenient. Other games companies, block you from the auction house for a specific period of time. They take away, most of the top ones take away your coins. They will wipe your account of, whatever in-game currency is, so coins, MT, and then you won't do it again, will you? If you have 10 million MT and you made 6 of it legit, and you bought 4 mil, and then you come on and 2K have wiped your whole 10 mil, you're going to be pretty aggrieved, but you ain't going to buy coins again. You ain't going to buy MT again. So, personally, I think, if you've bought stuff illegitimately, and you're getting punished for doing that, you're getting that 10-day suspension for buying something, you've done something wrong, 2K have caught you doing something wrong, a 10-day suspension doesn't really do anything. All that's going to encourage people to do is go and buy 10 million MT, take a 10-day vacation, and then come back and then they've got 10 million MT sitting on their account. So, yes, it has plagued this game for many, many years, but that doesn't mean it should just continue to be that way. Have I indirectly benefited from it? Yeah, absolutely. When we sell our crazy badged out cards, when we did our Yao Ming and it sold for 7 mil, would that have sold for 7 mil if people hadn't bought MT? Probably not, but that's not my fault. That's nothing to do with me. I didn't do anything wrong. That's on the people who bought it in the first place. So, I think MT should be 2K could obviously go in and, find what parts of MT was legitimate and what parts were illegitimate, but I think that would require way too much work, and I think just a coin wipe on it, and then you're not going to do it again, and then that's it. You start from scratch, and you start legit, and then that's, hopefully the start of a clean game, of a clean market, because we've known for years that the coin sites have been really ruining the market for the majority of people, especially people who try and play it legit. So yeah, I will be interested to see what happens on Thursday. There is a chance, obviously, that 2K will do that, but at this point in time, they have not announced that they're going to do that. So that's what's we've got to talk about bans. One thing to note about the bans, of course, 250k. Pretty much all of the 250k guys did get banned. All of these guys have found out to have been, cheating, as it were. They are going to be allowed to participate in the finals. But I just feel sorry for the people who had to qualify legit or tried to qualify legit and then couldn't because they came up against somebody with a 20 million MT team and they couldn't compete with that. Because when you're at the top level, which is not me, and I'm not talking from personal experience by any stretch, I'm as far away from that as possible. But in these top comp games, if you've got somebody with a Yao with 15 Hoffs, which would have cost 2 mil, compared to somebody who bought MT and has a maxed out 33 Hoff Yao that costs them 6 million MT because they can afford that because they bought MT, that person with 33 is going to get so much going in their favour. And a person who didn't buy MT is, not just for that, but like, over the course of a game, there's a couple of possessions here or there that don't go their way, couple of runs, couple of threes, whatever, couple of stops with Hoff anchor. That makes a huge, huge difference. So I do feel sorry for people that have tried to qualify legitimately and haven't managed it. And for the people who did qualify legitimately, they might have had a better seed if it wasn't for the people around them, again, kind of cheating as it were. So if 2K did want to take a stance, they would, bad people who did get caught cheating. And does it provide a little insight into the previous years of 250k as well? That's not really been talked about over this week of bans, but both Ty and Splash, who have won it previously, have, and I really like Splash, but they've been found cheating this year. Did they do it last year? Does it throw it into dispute? I don't know. Will 2K do anything about it? No. I think they want to kind of just throw this one under the rug. It was very weird timing. Very weird timing. They just dropped the spotlights the next day, which we'll get onto in a minute. And it kind of did come out of nowhere, straight away with a 10-day suspension. Again, I think that's quite lenient. Just because you've got away with it for, again, I don't know, 10 years, doesn't mean that it was right. It was bound to catch up to people eventually, and it has now done so. It's going to be very interesting to see what the market is like next Friday when everybody is back on the game. That's going to be interesting to say the least. So there's kind of my thoughts and feelings on the whole ban situation. Obviously, I am not banned. I have been banned previously by 2K wrongly, because I obviously got unbanned. So I know there will be people out there at the moment, maybe watch this video, who are wrongfully banned. I know that that will happen because it has happened literally to me. I've got first-hand experience of that. But when you've got people who have bought MT, claiming innocence, people on Twitter being like, oh, I only bought MT last week, I shouldn't be banned. Like, come on. Like, let people who are actually, like, wrongfully targeted get their say in. If you've bought MT at any point this year, you are liable to, you're up for a ban. It's as simple as that. It's not even a ban, it's just a 10-day holiday. But like, if you bought it at any point this year, whether it was the first week or last week, it doesn't matter. You've probably been caught, and that's fair. Just because it was a couple of months ago or whatever, you still did it during this game's life cycle. You're still, probably running from the benefits of buying that now. So that's absolutely fine. I've got no problems with that. And again, in my opinion, not an account wipe, obviously that'd be a bit OD, but like just, rinsing out at people's MT because it's bought illegitimately, I think that would be the best thing to do. It's what other companies do, and it would really stop people from doing it again. Because right now, people are going to take this 10-day suspension, they're going to come back, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to try it, they're going to see, they're going to test 2K's bluff. Because even if they got dropped for 30 days, they're still coming back in January, March, April, May. They're still coming back in like May time or whatever, just in time for Dark Matters. They ain't going to care. If they just loaded up 10 mil, take a 30-day holiday, come back and they've got 10 mil on your account for Dark Matters, like, they're not going to care at all. It's going to be very interesting how the next few days are going to go. But that's the ban situation that happened on Tuesday. And then Wednesday came around. And this is what I mean about the timing of the bans. Very weird. You drop spotlights for the first time, like all year. And you drop that the day after you banned everybody. It was very strange. But anyway, the Galactic Conqueror spotlights dropped. It is for a very, very good reward card in Galaxy Opal Kevin Garnett. As you can see, I have not engaged with these in the slightest. And that will probably tell you a little bit about how I feel about it instantly. But yeah, KG himself is absolutely incredible. Kyrie, not so much. And Andrew Wiggins, well, this guy came out 2 days later. So let's have a look at the actual challenges themselves. They're going to take you about 20 hours to complete, which for me is just a little bit too daunting. As you scroll down here, it just looks daunting. It doesn't look like something I want to get stuck into. It's something I look at and go, that just looks way too much. I'm not going to try doing that. In total, you have to score 4,500 points against the AI. A lot of it on All-Star and Superstar difficulties. The requirements are what they are. Some people are liking it, which is great. Some people aren't liking it, which is fine. And for me, I'm kind of just indifferent. Like, I'm obviously on a very rich account. I don't need KG. He's probably one of the best power forwards out there right now, if not the best. But I've got E, who we grinded for. We've got this Chet now, which we've got. I could buy Bob Netaliki. And I'm sure there'll be another power forward at some point. I'm sure Jan is on his way at some point. So as good as KG would be, for me personally, I can't deal with 20 hours of offline. I'm over these long grinds. These had their place a good few years ago. and I think gaming has definitely moved on from these now. The diamonds are all completely irrelevant. The pink diamonds, some of them are quite nice, but yeah, I feel like gaming has really moved on from these long-winded grinds to short-form grinds that are, rewarding. These ones, not for me personally, but it has kind of been divided in the community. Some people like them, some people are just doing them because it's something to do. Some people really don't like doing them. Some people are trying and they physically can't because of some of the requirements. So they dropped on Thursday or Wednesday, and I would say mixed reactions. Then Thursday came around, we got nothing. But then Friday rolls around, and we got 2 stellar packs. And the very first thing we did on Friday, we had a look at the odds. We saw 25% and 10%, and we thought, God damn, that's much better. That's where things should be. Bearing in mind, last week was 3% at a pink diamond and less than 2% an opal. So we are talking like a significant jump up here. So straight away we were like, damn, let's start ripping. We didn't look at any of the, description, because who the hell reads a description of a pack? You just jump straight into it. And of course we had packs coming out as untradeable, which was incredibly confusing. So the first card we pulled was a pink diamond D-Lo, and it had an untradeable symbol on it. And we thought, what's that about then? And then I pulled a Galaxy Opal Chet, and it said untradeable on it. And I thought, okay, are these just untradeable only packs? And then we packed the same one. And then we packed an untradeable Scotty, and I was like, okay, what's going on here then? And then we packed another Chet, and I had to discard my Chet. So let's talk about the duplicate situation straight away. So obviously with only 10 cards in a pack, chances are you're going to get duplicates. Chances are, if it's a pink diamond, diamond, or a Galaxy Opal, they're going to be untradeable. So you have 3 options. You've got the diamond, which can go into here. You've got the pink diamond, which goes into this one, and you've got the Galaxy Opal, which goes into here. Now, 2K took 30 minutes to add this in, which is not good enough. That is very incompetent. I had to discard a Chet for that. I could have got a Hoff badge for it, but they hadn't added in this at that point in time. So poor from their part, not thinking through, but we've seen that many times this year, so that's not really a surprise. And as for a duplicate opal being worth a Hoff badge, or 3 pink diamonds being worth a Hoff badge, or 10 diamonds being worth a Hoff badge, it's not worth it in the slightest. This is not equivalent of what you would get if it wasn't the same opal or whatever. These Hoff badges are rigged. I have done, as you guys know, so many of these throughout this year, and they're just the same pool of badges. There's like 10 that are available from these, and they're all the bad ones. All you've got to do is look at my collection to see which badges are actually available in those packs. It's not all of them, I can tell you that for nothing. 7 special deliveries. What else we got? 5 post-spin technicians, 5 back-down punishers, 5 clutch shooter, 5 pro touch, 6 floor generals. You just get the same badges. 6 aerial wizards, 5 amps. The anchors were early on in the year, and 4 workhorses. You just get the same badges over and over again. So a Hoff badge is not worth it, especially when 2K rigged them, so it's not just a random 1 of 64 chance, which I don't understand why it's not, but it's 2K, so of course it's not. So yeah, I think the exchange needs to be better when you do get duplicate untradables. And hopefully we can see that change, but I really don't think we will. As for the actual packs being untradeable, I've been back and forth on this throughout the week because it is something we've never seen before. This is the first time 2K have done a combined tradable and untradeable pack. Now, they've only added in untradables this year in terms of like packs. They added the pink diamond untradeable pack and the pink diamond tradable pack. The tradable one was double the price of the untradeable one, I think it was. I think it was like 50k for a pink diamond untradeable and 100k for a tradable diamond, I think. I can't really remember. I didn't buy them, obviously. But yeah, combining the two is a little bit weird to me. You should have a separate pack for tradable and a separate pack for untradeable. That's what other companies do. Combining the two is weird. So it says 10% chance on opal, which, people are going to look at and they're going to go, damn, they've got opal packs real quick. But if you knew that the chance of getting a tradable card, which is what most people open packs for, they're not trying to get players for their team. They're trying to hit that big pull to sell to make MT. It's still the same odds. It's still 2% chance at a tradable opal, and then it's 8% chance at an untradeable opal. So the odds haven't changed from last week, when they needed to be changed from last week in terms of like they need to be improved because we're in February now. But the odds haven't changed for a tradable card. The odds are now bumped up because of the untradeable stuff. But again, people don't open up packs to fill out their team. People open up packs to make MT. But usually, we wouldn't have got any of this. I'd have got one Opal Scotty. But now, because I got one Opal Scotty tradable, but now I've got Chet, Scotty, and Ben Simmons, and I managed to lock in the set for tokens, which is pretty irrelevant, but that's by the by. For about 500,000 MT, something like that. Which, to be fair, isn't bad at all. I think we definitely got very, very lucky with that. So what's that? 10 packs, 20 packs, 30 packs, like 35 packs maybe? 35 packs to get 3. I think that's very lucky, which I'm not mad at all. I think in general it is a good thing. Badging out cards is pretty much dead now. If you wanted to, if you wanted to be the first one, let's say I pack a Ben Simmons and it's untradeable. If I then wanted to badge out a Ben Simmons, I'd have to discard my untradeable one to put the tradable one into my collection, to badge it out, to then send it back to my auctions, and then my untradeable one would be GG's. So badging out cards has definitely got another layer of toughness to it, which, is a very niche problem. I'm fully aware of that, and this whole pack situation is much better for the general user, which is good. But again, just talking from my point of view, badging out players is now a little bit of a pain, but it is still possible. There was a Ben Simmons yesterday that sold for not 5 mil, 4.3 mil on a Ben Simmons. There is still scope to make MT, and obviously that is with everybody still being banned. So next Friday, when everyone's back from the dead, 31 holo there. Fancy. What have you given that? See, like this Ben Simmons 31 holo next week, that might be worth an absolute bomb. That might be worth an absolute bucket load. Is that the only one that's badged out? What was the one that sold for 4 mil then? What would that have had? I'm tempted to buy that, I'm not going to lie. Ben Simmons is a demon, by the way, so I really don't want to discard mine, but we might just buy a 31 holo and then flip that on Thursday when everyone's like free, because they're all going to have a lot of MT. That does seem a little bit too good to be true. Hey, look, I clicked the name and then it glitches out. That's fun. That does seem a little bit too good to be true. Again, I could probably add some badge to this, but I can't without discarding my Ben Simmons, which I really don't want to do. Successfully bid on the item? Really? He's 300k standard. Somebody's about to get screwed. I mean, like, if you're badging out somebody on this day with all of the whales banned right now, you're pretty brave. You're pretty brave. You're pretty brave. So, I mean, yeah, overall, it's good. I opened packs, and it made me stop earlier than usual as well, which is a weird one, right? Because surely 2K want people to open more packs, but this almost makes you open less packs, which can't be what they're aiming for. Like, if you open up a 20 box, you are going to come out of that 20 box most likely, so he's 310 standard, you're going to come out of 20 box with duplicate Opal cards. And you're going to put one of them into the Opal exchange, and if you've got another duplicate, well, then you're screwed. Then you have to discard it. And the argument of, well, last week, that would have been an arena. I don't care, it's not. It's not an arena, is it? It's an Opal card. And the fact that it says bonus, right? Don't let that fool you. Go click on the buy MT. Pay for 125k, you get 75,000 free as a bonus. But it's not a bonus, is it? It's just what the amount is. It's what it should be. So, nobody looks at that and goes, oh, well, I only bought 125k, but I got 75k for free. Like, no, that's just what it is. That's what it should be. That's just marketing talk. This bonus thing is just what the pack should be. And also, the bonus shouldn't be included in the odds because it should be a bonus. So it shouldn't be included in the main odds of the pack. So, moving forward, what I would like to see personally, a tradable pack for less. I mean, these packs are still too expensive, and they have been all year and for many years now. 12,500 MT for a tradable pack. 10,000 VC, 12,500 MT, a tradable pack with odds, if they were released right now, of 5% of a tradable Opal and 20% chance of a tradable pink diamond. And then an untradeable pack, 7,500 VC, 8,500 MT, and that would come in at the 10 or like 8% chance that it is right now. I think it's 8% chance of an Opal. 8% chance of an Opal, and then, whatever, 22% chance at a pink diamond, something like that. So if you want to risk your MT just to get the players, you can do. You can open up an untradeable pack. That MT is then gone. You've sunk that away. You know that's gone. But you know you're going to get a heightened chance of getting, somebody who will fit into your squad. If you want to take the gamble on normal packs, you've got better odds, and you know what you're in for. Combining the two is not the way. And obviously then we've got to talk about boxes. I mean, like, the fact that you still can't use any currency other than the VC to open these is really poor. We're in 2023 now, and we've still got so much paywall content. That's not... Look at all this. Oh, look at all these super packs. Oh, it's disgraceful. Oh, you hate to see it. I didn't think they were going to do anything with packs this week. I thought it was going to stay the same, but they are changing things. They are trying new things. It is worrying, you know. Let's not be around the bush here. We're in 2023, and we're basically still in a beta test of an Ultimate Team style game. In 2023, they're still changing the core mechanics of this game, which is packs. They're still changing that. That's not a good sign. That's not the sign of a company that knows what they're doing. That's the sign of a company that doesn't really know what's going to work and what's not going to work, or what's worked previously, and they're still trying to figure out the way to go about things in 2023. It's not great. Is it going to stay the same next week? Would I like it to stay the same next week? Yes, I would. I would like it to stay the same next week, because I came out of it with the 3 Opal cards, which is not too bad. I'd rather it stayed the same than go back to last week's system. Let's put it like that. It needs tweaking, and again, my ideal situation would be the tradable pack and the untradeable pack, but out of this week and last week, there's no question about it. I think you'd be a fool to want back last week's packs. And this also brings a problem to 2K, because if they do go back to last week's packs, they're in trouble, because ain't nobody going to open up packs for a 2% chance of an Opal when we've just had a 10% chance of an Opal this week. And then people will go, well, you all complained when you discarded a duplicate Opal when you should have just seen it as an arena. It's not an arena, it's an Opal. It should have more value. There should be... Bro, are we about to do some daylight robbery here? No, 894 it went for in the end, or 900k in the end. Went up, didn't it? Fair enough. Damn, somebody nearly got robbed. We nearly did the robbing. So yeah, it's been a wild week in 2K. But yeah, let me know down below, everybody, your thoughts on everything. You know, the ban situation. 10 days, enough, not enough, too lenient. Bad, you know, wiping MT, good idea, bad idea, shouldn't do it. Other companies do it. Is it right? Let me know. Spotlights, have you engaged with them at all? Have you completed them? Is KG good enough? I think the answer is yes, personally. Are the other rewards good enough? Is it too long? Let me know. And then the packs as well. Good, not good, need a bit of tweaking. Happy to stay the same. Want it reverted? Let me know your thoughts down below. But that is going to do it from me today, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. As usual, please subscribe. I'll see you next time, and peace.